Yep.
Okay. 3, 2, 1. Hello and warm greetings to all of you as we start the 37th episode at the Indie Football Podcast. We believe in the gender equality of football that got even stronger when we did the episode on women's football, women's Euros, and it reached a high point for us when we had Manisha Kalyan with us not so long ago. In that light, we are honored to have yet another female speaker with us tonight. Thank you, Sumaiya, for joining us. How are you? How are you feeling?
Um, as I told you before, I'm a little nervous, but very excited for the
That's
podcast.
Yeah, I think
Extremely
this
excited.
nervousness feeling is something that we still carry with us sometimes as we clue near
Yes.
40 episodes. But I think I'll speak for Anukarsh as well that it just gets better from here on. But Anukarsh sir,
Yeah.
in the WhatsApp group that we have, when we were finalizing on the timings for this episode, the Istanbul timings were also mentioned as many times as the IST one. So doesn't
Yeah.
it feel great to gradually make our podcasts global now?
Yeah, let's just start calling it the International Football Podcast or something like that because we are talking to people from all over the world. But talking about international, Sumaiya here has been in quite a lot of countries. She has been in Saudi, she has studied in Malaysia, and she is currently plying her trade in Turkey, in Istanbul. Istanbul, a place which means a lot for a Liverpool fan like me since in 2005 Liverpool were 3-0 down. I'm sorry to put in a Liverpool
Yeah.
reference for no reason, but that is just me. Liverpool were 3-0 down, and they went on to win that match. There's a poster also in this room which I think I can show. Yeah, the one at the top in
Yeah.
which you can see that one is about that mission in
Uh,
Impossible Mission. So yeah, that place means a lot. And again, this the guest we have got again means a lot to us. Thank you, Sumaya, for taking out the time. We are really happy to have you on the Indie Football Podcast. And yeah, for someone like you who has been, so close to Asian football and someone who was so dedicated towards the game, because I remember during the World Cup, like Sumaya was somehow, supporting three teams: Morocco, Saudi, and Argentina. And she had her loyalty divided. But I remember the passion she had every time one of them got knocked out, and the ecstasy in the final. You could see that she had a very mixed sort of a World Cup, but eventually it ended up on a good note. So as they say, all is well that and ends well. So again,
yeah.
welcome to the Indie Football Podcast. Let's get the ball rolling. So, Sumaya, can you tell us about your journey of watching football and how it has been all these years supporting these countries, and how do you look at football in Saudi and in the Asian countries?
Okay, so first of all, I don't know if you know this. I was born and raised in Saudi Arabia. So the Saudi
Oh,
League is quite popular in Asia. But the thing is, I think the major reason that started supporting or knowing football is through my brothers, through my family, and
Mhm.
also through my mom's brothers, like through my uncles. So it
yeah.
was quite a big thing for us in the family. Like every time we had a match, everyone would just gather up. They would literally like sacrifice anything they had on that exact time to literally just watch football. So this is how I was raised up. And yes, as a kid, when you just watch football, like with your uncles or with your brothers, even if you're not understanding anything, but you're still understanding something through it.
Yeah.
So
That's
I've seen the craze they had for it. I've seen how depressing they get if their team doesn't win. I've seen them literally leaving their dinner if they don't win. I mean, um, it was all like male supporters in my family, but more than me, it was my sister who was like an extreme supporter for Al Hilal team, which is in the Saudi League, as you know. So through her, I've realized something that yes, football can really ruin your mood. Football can really make you happy. Football is literally everything. It's so. This is the reason I realized that I had no way out to connect to the people around in my family or in my relatives. The only way was to know football better. So this is how it started, the journey. And other than that, I don't know. I don't know if it's a genetic thing, but I've noticed that my younger brothers, like they're really young, still. But as they're growing up, yes, they're also becoming really like huge football fans. I've noticed one thing. I think it just runs in our family that football is a thing.
Mm.
That's how
I
we
mean,
Yeah.
for sure started.
for someone who has lived in Saudi for such a long time, when you saw Al Dosri scoring that absolutely excruciating shot, not excruciating, I would say in spectacular shot in the corner against Enzo Fernandez, who was the Argentinian keeper. How did it feel? And like that win, how much did it mean for someone who had lived in, who was born and raised in Saudi Arabia?
I think it was a very unexpected uh, thing for us. We had literally no expectations. I think
Yeah.
yes, when the match exactly happened, like with Saudi Arabia against Argentina, we did not even expect Saudi scoring even one goal. So we were literally like not even expecting. I did not even. I would be honest. I did not even watch the first half because I was just telling my brother like it's useless. I just know that what's happening, and I was just listening to the commentator in the other room. I could hear my brother saying like Saudi scored one point, and I was like, what, Saudi scored? And that's how I ended up watching the rest of the match, and I was like, damn, this actually happened. And the rest of the match, as I was watching, I was literally feeling like that's a dream. No, that's impossible. That's one of the most impossible thing that just happened. And as the match ended and Saudi won against Argentina, I was extremely, extremely, extremely shocked. I think I'm still shocked. Like I still do not believe that that actually happened.
Yeah, Anuka sir, as much as we are known as the Indie Football Podcast, we take a lot of pride in using our show as a platform for various football fans like Sumaiya to share their journeys. And one thing that I'd pick out and say that one thing that I or Anukarsh sir has not happened is having our family influence on football. Imagine me and